Cursor and Windsurfer have some serious competition. Today we're looking at Trae AI, and is it the new best AI IDE out there? Coding is often interrupted by syntax errors, manual importing libraries, and just random context switching. And that's where the selling point of Trae 2.0 is. It's not just a wrapper IDE, it's like thoughtfully made with AI at the forefront. And it's local first, so your code stays yours. So as always, I'll have a link in the description below, but it is Trae AI/solo, and this is their responsive coding agent. You can go full speed with instant control. So you can see the IDE here. It looks pretty simple. It looks very similar to VS Code, and that is a good thing. VS Code is a good standard. Now, we're going to put in something here. We're going to put in a prompt, and you're going to see we have like Builder, and we have different modes. We have different agents that we can pick. So we have Builder, which is going to do like coding projects with simple languages. We have Solo Coder, tackle complex coding challenges, and then we have Solo Builder, which is going to rapidly build and ship pretty web apps. So let's click Solo Builder. You're going to see here that it actually moves the screen over and it says, hey, use tools to unlock more capability. So we can actually integrate Supabase, for example. So if we click Supabase, we can authorize Supabase. And by doing this, we're already allowing our IDE to have access to a full database online. So let's hit connect. We're going to authorize the API to our Franklin AI database. And you can see we now have Supabase here, and we can actually see which one is here. And we can see Franklin AI demo. And that's one of the databases I used in a prior video. And at the top here, it's very nice because you can just click the plus and you can just open up another tool. So they have all nice tools, integrations built in. You can work with Vercel, so you can deploy whatever you're about to build directly to the web. It is very powerful. There's all these AI services. So you can integrate OpenRouter, Gemini, Anthropic, OpenAI. It is pretty awesome. So we have our project connected, and I'm going to put in this prompt here, develop a Trello clone using React and Supabase, and let me just fix up the spelling here, that supports real-time drag and drop and updates and email notifications when the task is moved to done. And we have some options. So you can see we have chat where we can just talk with our code base. So imagine you open up a code base, you can just talk to it, go back and forth. We have Builder, so you can actually start building projects with simple language. But what gets really cool is they have Builder with MCP, so you can actually connect MCP servers, and it's really cool how they do that. It's actually under settings, and I'm just going on a quick tangent here, but we can actually see MCPs, and we can actually add from the marketplace or add manually. You can see we have access to all these MCP servers like instantly. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically being able to connect something like Supabase, for example, and we can hit plus. Trae will know everything it needs to know about Supabase when it's trying to integrate it. So that is really cool. So anyway, let's come back here. We have a couple other options that we can go from. We have Solo Coder, which is going to tackle complex coding challenges. And then also we have Solo Builder, which is going to build and rapidly ship web apps. So let's pick Solo Builder. And truthfully, this is where we were before we started integrating Supabase. Okay, so now we can also toggle on plan if we want it to plan first. That way it will make less mistakes. It's going to act first, it's going to confirm, and we can hit send. And Solo Coder is going to start programming for us. And to be fully transparent, everything you're seeing is fully free because I clicked the claim reward button. So I haven't paid for a single thing. However, currently in Canada, it says it cannot use your location. So I connected the program through VPN, and now I'm able to vibe code using Trae completely free. So we can see here on the left, it says we have our plan, and you can edit the plan yourself. So we can like optimize it however we want. You can actually see how it looks. We can see front end implementation, email notifications, verified testing. It goes through everything we need to know, and we can just click execute whenever we're ready. And Trae is now going to go through, and it's going to follow the plan that it just created, and it's going to actually start creating the code. Trae is really cool because you can see here, it's like thinking through it, saying, hey, we need to install this package. Would you like to proceed? We're going to click Y to install. It says, hey, current directory is not empty. How would you like to proceed? And if it's going to say remove existing files, it should have been an empty directory. If it's not, that's my mistake. So anyway, this one is now working. We can give it a package name. We're kind of going through, and hold on. We're kind of going through. We're going to pick everything we want. It says, what do we want in terms of a framework? We're going to hit React, and now we can decide TypeScript, and we can do experimental. I can hit no, and we're going to hit install. So what makes Trae really cool is it's a vibe coding platform, but it's made for developers. And there's a lot of little features on Trae that make it like set it apart from other IDEs I've used. And I'm going to go through all those features later on in this video, but you can already see just from like a vibe coding perspective, it gives us a lot of options in terms of like frameworks to pick from and how do we want everything to happen. It's doing it for us, but it's doing it for us in a smart way where we get a lot of choices. Trae is now setting up a local host. We can actually see it's running on the right here. We now have React installed, but it is still going, and you can see all the to-do list that is still running. So it's initializing the project, it's going through, it's installing the dependencies, creating the SQL, and it's going to go through and set up our entire application for us. Now, you might have noticed I'm doing still some manual work where I'm like confirming things as I go. And if you don't know how to program and you're like, okay, I'm going to just trust what it tells me, and they can do that as well. You can see on the left here, we can actually go to conversations under settings. And instead of reviewing all changes, we can just say, hey, no review needed. And it's just going to kind of go through and just work. So that is an option as well. After a little bit of time, our application is done and we come up to a screen that looks like this. And you can see here, it tells us like, here's what's been implemented. So we have our board, we have our drag and drop, real-time updates, email notifications, and we have our project structure. So it tells us everything. And now it says, hey, here's the next step. So create a new project on Supabase and run this thing here. And it goes through everything you need. So the board is not going to run just yet because we need to fix all of this. And I'm just going to literally copy it over and say, do this for me. And let's see if it can pull it off. And what makes Trae really cool is you can see we have task 1 and it's developing the Trello board for us. I'm going to actually add a new task and I'm going to hit builder and I'm going to actually add something now. Add a dark/light theme selector and we're going to hit go. And you're going to notice on the left, we actually have 2 of them going now for us. So we can do multitasking extremely easily now and we can just jump back and forth to whatever we want. And this one's saying, hey, we need to install the Supabase package. And we're going to say, yes, let's get it done. Meanwhile, her light and dark mode theme is still like thinking, it's figuring it all out. It's going through the cards and we can literally just toggle back and forth. And now we are power coding. So I want to show you a couple of things and it might tell you, hey, you have to run commands and it might tell you, hey, I'm not going to run the command for you. You have to do it yourself. Here are all the instructions. That's going to give you a list of things, but they made it really easy. So it's like one click, I can hit run and instantly the terminal is going to open. It's going to fill in whatever it is. And I can hit go, or in this case, because it's just a command of like running on the server, we can hit run. And anyway, here is our Trello clone. And we can see we have like the day and night mode that we've added. And that was like added while we were programming the initial version of the app. We can actually add a list and we can give it a name. We're going to just call this test. We're going to add it to the list. And we can just add another list and whatever we want to do. So we can call this done and we can just add cards now. So let's just add a card. We're going to call it subscribe and we can literally drag our subscribe from one to the next. So we actually have a Trello board that we just made. And I want to get into some of the developer specific features that I find really cool and really useful, especially as a developer. And these features make AI really helpful where it's not doing the work for me. It's not vibe coding because vibe coding doesn't always give you the best code results. It's really good for like quick MVPs, quick demos. But if you want good solid code, the best way is still coding manually. And Trae's AI features enhance manual coding because it just makes sense. So I'm just going to close these tabs for a second because we don't need them. And I just want to show you real quick. We do have like the tools. We can do like Figma and we can integrate that. We can see a difference viewer. We can see integrations. We can do agents. We can go to editor and we can see all of the code. But in the top left, we can flip from solo mode to IDE mode. And you can see how fast that is. It goes from like your traditional VS Code type system, and we can just go straight to this mode here. So you can see they have both modes and it's integrated and it's very nice, very easy and quick to use. And all these really smart features I'm talking about are something called Q Pro. And you can see it in the bottom left. It's Q Pro. And what it does is it has a lot of really smart features for people that are typing up code. So we have the entire vibe coding aspect with Solo, but we can also use Q Pro to help us actually manually code. So if I type import for a second, and you're going to see it automatically does smart importing where it understands all of the libraries that we need for our program to work. So you're not manually importing packages or dependencies anymore. Trae is able to pick all this up and import them for you. And then going forward on the same idea, if I type const, and you're going to start seeing, it's going to start filling in information we need for our application. It can make predictive text, predictive code with like ghost text, and you can click tab, and just like that, we now have code in our application that we need for the rest of our application to work the way we want it. There's also cross-file intelligence. So we have like this import here with different types. If we want to change like created at or to like created time, for example, we can actually see, we can just hit tab and it's going to update queues saying, hey, let's just update all the variables across all the different pages. And this is going to happen. You can see it's going to happen, and it's going to do this across every single file that you have where you're updating the variable name. So you can even say here, board interface should be used created_time to match the list interface change. And as you code, it's going to analyze in the bottom left, and it's going to say, hey, these are the things we need to do in order to keep all the variable names the same. You can change functions, and the functions will automatically get updated across all different files across your application. So now we can quickly jump, and you can see, I'm not doing anything. I'm just literally clicking Q Pro, and I'm just going to hit tab a couple of times. And just like that, our application is now updated with the proper variable names from something we changed on a totally different file. And honestly, you might not always want Q Pro enabled, and it's as simple as just clicking the dots, and you can like disable or re-enable Q Pro. So if you want to like code manually, you're like coding away, you don't want AI to interfere, you can quickly turn it on and off, which is also extremely helpful. So it's not always in your face, always like saying, hey, click tab, but if you want it enabled, and you're like, okay, I've coded all this, I want it to help me, I want to import my packages, or I want to go change a variable name now, I want to change a function name, and I want to re-evaluate how my code is, I can just quickly enable Q Pro, which is an extremely powerful feature. If you are a developer, it is absolutely amazing. So now, with the power of flipping between like solo mode with like the whole vibe coding interface and going through different tasks, and then going back to IDE mode where you have access to Q Pro with all these like really advanced features where it actually just helps you code. And where it gets really cool as well is, let's say we didn't have these like comments, we can actually just go / and it will automatically suggest comments for us. And that's also extremely helpful because if you're anything like me, I often don't comment on my code. So this is such an easy way to comment, and that alone is also helpful, very powerful. But it is nice because we can actually just jump back and forth between just coding manually and just jumping back to a vibe coding interface. So I think Trae is really cool in that regard. And honestly, as a developer, where I don't need to vibe code in order to make projects and develop applications, I think Trae is very powerful because of Q Pro. Q Pro is really neat to me because of the ghost writing. It allows me to type and code faster, but I am still the programmer. So I'm not actually creating just full-fledged AI slop because some of the deals and some of the things I have to code, I don't have that ability. I have to do it manually for the sake of code quality, and Q Pro just makes it very easy to continue coding to ensure quality is high with all their features that are built in to help a developer like myself. So like I said earlier on, this is completely free. They have like this whole claim reward thing you can do on their website. If you're on their site, you can click claim anniversary gift and you get access to everything I just showed you completely free. And the only catch really is that I had to use a VPN because where I live, it didn't work. But I imagine in most countries, it should work. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you enjoy AI, don't forget to subscribe. I cover AI on a daily basis. And thumbs up the video, like it, tell the algorithm, hey, I enjoy this type of content, I want to see more of it. Not a lot of you thumbs it up, and the vast majority of you who are actually watching this don't even end up subscribing. But dude, I mean, if you made it this far, you enjoy my content, you enjoy AI, and subscribe because I will show you more cool tools tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then.
Right there, AI tools, AI news, AI prompts you can use. It's all for free. Just come and see at FranklinAI.com where you're meant to be.